dry clean you. Let's see.
All right. So the topic of the day is going to probably cause some discussion, some ruffled feathers, some
That's
disappointment,
what we're here
and
for.
also obviously going to try to put some work on you on this one because I think it is for the better at the end of the day. Um, Talking through some things with some of these corporate thrift stores and all those good things. Also, we have a lot of sales today, but we will come back to that afterwards. But before we get started, my name is Aaron,
I'm Amber.
and we are full-time resellers. We go live Monday through Thursday.
Yes.
And so today's topic is a fun one. So, first of all, I'm focusing on Goodwill because Goodwill is local to us and we shop there. I know Savers has probably got something pretty similar over there, but I'm just going to share some facts.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Let's bring in the facts.
each individual store is owned by its own individual CEO.
Okay.
What would you think is the average salary of somebody that is owning a Goodwill store? And keep in mind, we have them
For an
all
owner,
over.
like they
CEO. They're the
the
CEO
CEO.
of
The
the
local
individual
one.
the individual store.
100,000.
The average salary, according to the internet, of course,
The
since it's on the internet, it has to be true. They are owned by their own. Their average salary comes out to be about $500,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
That's
$500,000.
ridiculous.
How much does the actual president make
Oh,
for
it's
Goodwill?
Oh, I was gonna say President of the United
Like the
States.
president of Goodwill make?
Millions then.
He
to.
made just under $1.2 million.
That's so much money.
This is how much money they're making off of your free donations
Yes.
that are
I
going
can
in.
guarantee you that us as little humble resellers do not make that.
Yes, no.
Nothing close to that.
We are scraping by.
We probably make less than the average person.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
And we work longer hours.
And, part of that is because we do choose to have the freedom.
It is our choice.
I'd wanted to share this just because I think this kind of just shows the issues that I have. And I've
Hold
heard.
on. Isn't there something, like, speaking of pay?
Yeah.
The average worker at Goodwill, look that up.
Yeah, I already looked that up.
You did?
They were
They
normal.
get fair pay?
They're normal salaries.
Okay.
I will say they do have some provisions where they can hire
Like
handicap or disabled people and then pay them less than minimum
Right.
wage. I don't know if those practices are still going on. So
Okay.
I know that was a thing
That
for a
was,
period of
yeah.
time. But their workers, their floor associates are probably generally making about $30K a year or something like that.
So normal pay.
Yeah, so nothing like
this is disgusting pay. Okay.
no, but I mean, if you compare about it, like the people that's the CEO that's there, that's owning the store.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't think our local one's probably doing anywhere close to that. No. I'm thinking the bigger ones are the ones that are going to be... The
ones that have multiple locations in the district,
the bigger locations. Yeah. I'm talking about the bigger stores that are doing more volume.
Yeah.
And, there's more demanding. Your smaller Goodwills are probably not making anywhere close to that.
Okay.
But the overall thing is they hide behind this nonprofit entity. Their prices have continued to go up over the last few years.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, people will say, well, inflation. Your cost of goods are not increasing at all.
Yeah.
Your goods are still $0.
Zero cost.
You are basically the only business that has very minimal effect in an inflationary economy.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
We have not talked about this.
So. Yeah.
They also have to sort through a bunch of crap that's trash.
Yeah.
But that's what they pay their employees
for. They pay their employees. So the only thing that's really gone up in their business model is the pay to the employees. And that's still...
As far as we know.
No, it is, because there is, minimal increases. But the increase for wage growth, if you're out there and you're working a regular job, has not kept up with inflation on any stretches in the imagination. So you have zero cost of goods. You've got... slight inflation on your wages, yet your prices are going through the roof.
Right.
You're expanding. They're putting more and more stores. We keep seeing them pop up everywhere.
Yeah, they just made a bookstore.
They made a bookstore upstate. They scan everything. They started expanding their business model to sell online. So the goods that you're giving to your local Goodwill and Savers aren't even going to... I can't speak to Savers, so let me just speak Goodwill.
Just Goodwill.
Are going to... corporate locations to sell online to make sure that they're maximizing their profit. They have the Goodwill bins that they're selling off, all the stuff that they can't get their top dollars that they're asking for in the store. At the end of the day, I think it's better to support local business and
Right.
local companies. So this is where we kind of turn the onus back on you. And this is something that I've tried to tackle in my own little area. You have your Facebook community groups and things like that. It's great to try to build awareness. Okay,
Right.
so this could be step one, where for me, what it was is I took a picture of some outrageously priced item in my local Goodwill, which in this case was an $80 air fryer.
Yeah.
Like one of those Ninja air fryers, used $80 Ninja air fryer. I took a picture of this, and I didn't even say them specifically because I don't think you need to do that. I think you just need to educate people where to donate the goods. What are the other options? Because Goodwill, if they've done anything really well, is it's synonymous with donation is Goodwill.
Yeah.
Like Goodwill is donation, and it's kind of together.
It's like we need a different word for donations.
Yes.
We gotta make a new word.
So I went on there and I suggested other locations that you can donate your goods to in our community. So
that's a local owned
yes
woman who literally will give the shirt off her back.
Yeah, to help people. The prices are great. It's actually helping the actual community.
For local people.
Okay. And so I want to support those businesses. You also have other charity ones that are based off of charities where they actually give money to charities. I know Goodwill will say the same thing, but how much is actually going to the charity if you're paying the individual CEOs $500,000 a year?
I don't know.
Like, not enough.
Yeah.
I know they have their job connection. I have not seen the job connection at my local Goodwill in months and months and months. So it's not very much charity. It sounds like a big money grab to me. And I can only say this based off of what I've seen at my local Goodwills. So I say all that to say is you can go on there on Facebook. You can advertise to other thrift stores that you would recommend to donate that have actually good causes that are to your local community that benefit local people in your community. And I think that is a good place to start. Other option would be word of mouth. Right. Okay, I've been at garage sales where I've been shopping and sourcing and all those other things, and I've heard people say, "Well, if it doesn't sell, I'm taking it to the Goodwill." No, you need to stop them and say, "Hey, you need to find somewhere else."
Options.
Of all the other options,
that's the worst one to drop it off at. Just like.
And so I think that's an important way to kind of segregate. Granted, I will say if you want to talk about crap, it's more likely to be crap if it's been out on a garage sale for a long time.
Or just high prices, they don't want to run it again.
Correct. That's another aspect.
And there's just so many people that don't even want to have a garage sale. They just want to get rid of it. And
and it's just so convenient. They make it so convenient, but you have to fight the convenience, and it's really important. And I think that, again, the onus comes on to the people that know the information. You now know the information with regards to this.
Right.
You are educated, and you can benefit somebody else in your community. I would rather, for example, support a small family and give them the money than the big corporation, especially if it's a local family.
And there's even I've even seen someone in our area that just will come and take stuff out. You need me to haul your stuff? Yeah. I'll come get everything, your trash, your goods, whatever you don't want. And they'll just load it up. I feel way better about doing that, promoting that.
Yeah. Granted, in some of those cases, you're probably paying.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not always.
Not always, but I'm just saying, I would expect you would generally be paying. But at the end of the day, I think there are definitely better options. I think it's on us as resellers, if you know about this information, to try to steer your local community away from it. And it starts local. If you can start getting those changes, then you're going to start seeing better goods. The reason why we still have to go to Goodwill is because these places are the places that get the best inventory.
Right.
And these other places are not getting the best of inventory.
Well, and they're, like we've talked before, they don't have the ability to churn things.
No.
They don't have that system that Goodwill has.
They don't get enough to make it to where they churn.
Well, the one that we recommend, they have tents of things ready to go, but there's no room for it.
Yeah.
Because they're getting so much.
Yeah. Well, they need to work on their inventory system.
Yes.
But I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
I expect to, one of the things I will kind of advise that you will find random people that will actually be big advocates for Goodwill. I really think that they just work at Goodwill and they will explain why,
Yeah.
it is the way it is. And
even like the roundup.
Yeah.
Why are we rounding up?
Yeah.
This is literally.
We rounded up when we stepped in the store and you started raising all the prices.
Yeah.
So
we've already rounded up enough.
Well, it's for the job connection, I think, is what our
they get
local
to pick
one.
what they use it for. Like they can do different things, and there's no like follow through. Like there's no way to know what this location has done.
Just know it's not doing anything. So
rant over.
All right, so
how many do we have?
Now onto the sales. We have 15 items to sell that are shipping, and we will start over here with this iron set. We picked this up not too long ago. This is a King Cobra 2 iron set. It's missing it has the 4 iron in here because it actually had issues, but it is a 3. What I'm selling is the 3 and then the 5 through 9 iron. Okay. The 4 iron had some issues.
Like this?
The crack.
Oh, man.
So I left that out of the set. Okay. I'm going to ship it with it.
Okay.
So that they're getting the 4 iron as like a bonus, and if they want to do something with the shaft or not.
Yeah.
I will say that on the note, I want you to say, including the 4 iron.
In an extra.
But be careful.
Need to
be careful because I don't want them to cut themselves on that whenever they get it
repaired.
But it will need to be repaired. This sold for $60 plus shipping.
Okay.
On that one. Next up, we've got. I guess that's the other aspect too. Is like if I don't buy those clubs at the garage sale, which this is an example. If I don't buy those at a garage sale for $15, those are going to end up at probably a Goodwill, and then they're going to charge $4 a club. They're going to make blank whatever. In that case, with that particular set, I'm giving the money to a family in my local community. Right. I would rather do that than give my money to Goodwill.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And the incentive for me doing that is I'm going to make a little bit of money selling it on eBay. Next up, we sold a bunch of Pokemon cards. These are all first edition in some shape or form, and I really don't know much about them. So I wanted to do this to try to learn a little bit because I saw how old they were. The condition is just so poor. And I'd rather sell them cheaply and have a buyer be really excited about the purchase than to try to get top dollar for an item that's like not in very good condition. So that whole lot of 31 sold for $17.50. I'm going to probably go ahead and include a bunch of other Pokemon cards that we have that I'm not going to do anything with. So $17.50 plus shipping. I think we paid $10 for that.
That's not good.
No. But it was a lesson to learn from that one. Next up, we have a Wilson glove. $34.95 on this one. It is in really good condition.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So they will be very happy with that one.
Very nice.
Next up, we have a pair of Crocs. We've had these for a little while. It's a very interesting kind of like form version of Crocs, and it's like it feels like it's like heavy duty.
Yeah.
For these Crocs.
Yeah.
And those sold for $27 plus shipping, and they sold via promoted listing. Next up, the Pacific. This is a DVD box set of 6 DVDs. This sold for $16.95 free shipping on that one.
Oh, yuck.
It's going media mail, so it won't be too bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Next up, we have Adidas. These are Campus.
I like those shoes.
Yeah.
I like the color.
This green felt. Would you say that's like a felt? What would you call that? A suede?
Suede.
Suede, okay.
Did you put felt in the
No,
title?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I just was riffing on the cusp. $50.95 plus shipping for those.
Nice.
This was one of
these are old. This was one of those. What is it? Arbitrage.
Retail arbitrage.
It's on clearance.
KitchenAid.
Spatula.
$7.95 plus shipping.
Yeah, we had a few of these. We've sold.
We still have several more.
I
looked in there and I was looking.
We have some in our store, brand new.
Yeah. Huntington Home is what this next thing is, and this is rope lights that are brand new sealed.
Yep.
$16.95 plus shipping. We've had these for $16.95 plus shipping. Had them for a long time.
Yes.
Next up, we have this sold in minutes. Unlisted
Really?
and it's sold in minutes. Dundon Blue Jays minor league baseball new era 7 3/8, $24.95 plus shipping.
Where did we get that one?
We bought this at the 301 for $5.
Okay.
We have a few other ones that were minor league teams, but for whatever reason,
how do you know they're minor league? You just know the logo?
I just know the logos, and that this doesn't make any sense to me. Like I see the D in the bird, makes no sense. Yeah. And then you can look, and on the inside.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It'll say authentic minor league baseball. Okay. And so you can. It doesn't take too much effort to
figure out what it is. That's a big hat.
Yeah. It's still too small for my head.
That's real bad.
Yeah.
Big head, big brain.
We order up game. It's in pretty rough condition for a game, so I did price this down a little bit. $12.95 plus shipping on that Wii game. VHS lot of Scream 1 and Scream 2. We have sold this. This is now at least the second time. You can pair these together, and this sold for $14 plus shipping.
Where did we get them? This weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those sold pretty quick. We have a single Ping iron. This we got from a local thrift store that was not named Goodwill. This is a Ping G2 black dot single 7 iron. So usually the 7 irons and stuff like that are hard to find, but I think this is a pretty desirable iron set.
Yeah.
And so getting $29.83 plus shipping on that iron. One of my favorite buys from the 301 had its first ever sale.
Were they easy to clean?
No.
Oh.
And some of them did not come out as good as I would have liked because they just are so hard. So for the wrestling fans out there, I'm going to give you a second so you can figure out who these people are. And then I will give you the biggest clue right there on the side. And this is the British Bulldogs tag team. Davey Boy Smith and I don't know what the other guy's name is, but
they're a little sticky.
$35 plus shipping on the rubber wrestling figures.
Those are pretty cool.
So
halfway to
almost
purchase cost.
Almost half. LG Expression.
Oh yeah, look at this. Do you guys remember these? Let's see. This one with the keyboard.
It still works. I don't turn it on because I don't want to drain any of the battery. $19.95 plus shipping on the little red phone. And last sale is the video game Batman Return to Arkham. $13.95 plus shipping on that one. So all the sales for the day, nothing particularly great.
Yeah, 5 or 15. So quantity.
But
is
good quantity of sales. And we'll be back at it. I was listing a lot yesterday, so
get back up there.
My hope is that I get through the rest of the bin and stuff downstairs.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So VBS went great yesterday. That was so fun, and the hardest day is past. So I'm excited to get the rest of the week just to have fun.
Yeah.
And he's ready to get his worker back, but
yeah.
next week I can be the worker.
So yeah, just I'll be trying to list to get more of our living room space and things downstairs back to normal. And
our normal.
Yeah, our normal, which is whatever you want to make it out to be. And I know I have a lot of shoes that there's a nice load of shoes that need to be cleaned and listed. No real like great ones in there, I think.
Shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we only pick great shoes. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, one pair of those cleats that we picked up for $1 was good, but the other two not so much.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still a good profit just because if you buy a pair of shoes for $1 and you sell them for $20, it's still a win.
Yes. I always visualize it in my head like I'm handing them $1 bill and I'm taking back $15.
Yeah.
Like yes, I'll make that trade all day. I'll give you $1.
Yeah, especially
and
when
I'll
you
get
don't have
back
to
$5.
clean the shoes. You'll do that all day.
Yes, it's easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
So easy.
So I am curious to know if you have any comments with regards to the little
Here's
bit
another
rant.
question about that. If the local thrift stores were to match the Goodwill corporate prices, would you still support them?
I would if they have a better cause and I know that the money's
Right.
going to a better place.
Straight American.
I used to work in the corporate world, so
Right.
I know how there's so much waste in corporate America. I don't want to support that at all.
Yeah.
So it's me kind of being more of the anti-corporate. I would prefer to support the small business.
Yeah.
Even
But
if I know it's
if a business is doing well
yeah.
with a good cause and they want to expand, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, if they're doing well with
As
a
a
good
corporate.
cause, but I don't think that's the case.
So you just don't like the cause.
I don't think their
You
cause
think they're
is
taking in too much money.
I think they're taking
and
in
being
way too much money.
greedy.
They're if you think about it, the reason why they're popping up everywhere and they're drowning out a lot of these other
That's
smaller
true.
thrift stores,
Yeah.
not giving them a chance to survive.
And then it's almost like they can control the pricing of everything.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck having to pay that because you've already closed down all these other shops. And there's no other options.
It's like it's almost
like
the same thing as a Walmart.
Yeah.
As the way Walmart did
Or
to
even
a lot
Dollar
of the small
General and Dollar Trees.
Yeah, all those things like
they closed down the mom and pop shops.
Yep.
I get it.
So
you're looking to the future. Like this isn't good for
the
whole of the community.
They're getting more greedy and it's time for us to fight back.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're getting greedy.
Yeah.
And you look at it like any of these like people boycotting businesses, like you want them to revert back and get back into your damn lane. Get back in your damn lane, Goodwill. And I won't badmouth talk you, but right now it is pretty rough. And you see the money that's flowing in these businesses. A CEO of a Goodwill should not be making $500,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I now will not be able to be a CEO for a Goodwill based on this video. But I knew that was never going to happen anyway.
Nor would you want to.
No, nor would I want to. And this is, again, no ill will to any of the workers. A lot of the times, the people that work there are really nice, pleasant individuals. And I wish them nothing but the best. I felt the same way when I was working for the big bad corporate monster that I had to take straight arrows.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of it.
And everyone was telling you how horrible your company is and all that. And it's just like, hey, man, I just work there.
Yeah.
They're paying me.
Yeah. So, and this is not App Direct. I don't look at App Direct that way.
No.
This is Comcast.
Just to clarify.
Just to clarify, I don't want anybody from that. I have nothing but good things to say about App Direct. But Comcast was that way, and I understand it.
So now you guys, in the context of things, can know why he's saying people just hate them.
So with that being said, I think that is a good...
Did we ruffle enough feathers today?
Yeah, today's very ranty, but we'll
it's
call it a day.
not always like this, but today, yes.